When the heat index gets stuck above 90 day after day, many of us dream about taking a plunge in our own backyard pool. Join me today on For Your Home, and I'll show you how to make your dreams come true. I've always loved having a backyard pool. You know, swimming is one of the best exercises you can do, and nothing says party like a backyard pool. You know, my experience before with the pool I had, well, I inherited a 20-year-old pool. Totally different than this experience. Getting to participate in the design and the execution was a lot of fun, and it was a big learning experience for me. Just like any construction project, you need to take the time to really vet your contractors. Talk to the people they've built pools for. Find out what their experience was like. Start your pool as early in the season as you possibly can, because like for me, we're moving into fall and my pool is just now done. The other thing is be prepared for how messy it's going to get. After all, you're digging a big hole in your backyard. You're going to have a lot of dirt for several months. You know, it can get very messy and very frustrating, but it's all worth it. Take a look at the construction process. As my friend Janine always tells me, you gotta break a lot of eggs to create an omelet. You know, one of the last stages in putting a pool in is the plastering or the pool surfacing. This is Michael Yan, and he is with Pool Surfaces, and he was so much help in me deciding what to do with my pool. Hey, Michael.
How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, when I talked to you on the phone, there was so much information because there's so much variety now in what you can do to pool surfacing, that when you offered to come on out here, I went, come on, and help me make a choice. You know, most people probably think, like, I had a pool 20 years ago, it was just white plaster. But now, how many colors does your company manufacture?
We manufacture about over 70 colors.
Wow.
For pool finishes, yes.
And what determines what people want to do with color? I mean, there's a lot of variables in there.
We try to teach people to study architecture of the homes, the landscape architecture. We look at the dimensions of the pool, the depth of the pool, water reflections, whether you're in the desert, trees, you know, everything plays into the look and the feel of what you're trying to achieve.
Well, we wanted a blue. We wanted a real nice blue that had some richness to it. And, you know, I was shocked because, like I said, you know, when I first started out, there were just white, but there were so many different colors that you had for us to choose from. And when you guys came out here to the house, now I'm really lucky because Michael is right here in the Carolinas, so he could come and look, but you guys do pools all over the country.
Right, we've been manufacturing pool plaster products for over 20 years and selling them all around the country.
Yeah, so other pool guys use your materials.
We do, yes.
And you're all around. When you came out and looked at this, and the minute you saw the hot tub, you had a great idea. Was to do it in a different color. I believe it's like morning mist is the color you said, which
is
is brown.
morning mist, yes.
Yeah, and you know, I wanted that to look like a water feature, and if we'd gone with blue like the other part of the pool, it would have
changed everything.
Yeah, so that's one of the great things about having those different colors to choose from. Now, in addition to the type of material you put on ours, which is a granite base,
yes,
you also manufacture other kinds of surfaces, but you are really so emphatic about the benefits of granite. Share those with us.
One of the key things to our company is creating sustainability with our products. And the granite, first of all, is a wonderfully smooth product, which I try to encourage all customers to think about the smoothness of the finish. But the sustainability is also a big part of our company. We have worked diligently for 20 years to create waterproofing products. We patented a product called Silicone Shield back in 1995, and it still goes into all of our manufactured products to this day. And not only are we providing great colors for swimming pools, but we're providing pool plaster products that are sustainable.
Okay, when you say sustainable, what makes this granite sustainable for me in this pool?
The granite product, because of the type of aggregate that it is just like a countertop, is soft enough to be polished, but it's a hard enough aggregate to prevent etching from the chemicals in the pool.
Okay.
Now, over time, the chemicals in the pool will work on all pool plaster products.
Yeah.
So our challenge was to find a finish that we could renew. And so over the last 20 years, diamond polishing has become more and more a technique used in all types of surfaces, and we've incorporated that into pool plaster now.
Okay, so like in 10 or 15 years when this pool might normally need to be resurfaced, and I know your company does a lot of pool restorations around the country.
That is correct.
When that needs to be done here, I won't have to have a new surface put on. You guys can just come in and grind it down, what's there already?
That's correct, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Just like sanding a paint or any type of surface, diamond pads, we go in and just repolish the pool, and we can renew it and bring it back to its original state.
Okay, love that idea. Well, I think we did a really good job with colors. What do you think?
Oh, they're fabulous. I love, this is a light blue-gray shade that's one of my favorite. It's called Blue Ridge. I originally developed the color for a property up in the mountains of North Carolina, but it's basically a gray color with just a slight amount of blue added to it to give that water the crisp blue look that it has.
Well, as a designer, it's just wonderful to be able to know that I can pick out not only the tiles and the surfacing, like our Italian tiles we have around it, but I can also pick out the color of water I want my pool to have.
I'm glad we could customize it for you.
Thank you so much, Michael.
You're
I appreciate
very welcome.
Safety is an important factor when designing and operating your pool. Every county is going to have their own codes and regulations. Now, my county, they require a fence around all the pools. I turned to Will Redimer from Allison Fence to give me a hand with this important safety issue. Hey, Will.
Hi.
See, you're already working on the fence issue here, huh?
I am.
One of the biggest issues that the viewers talk to me about is fence placement. So how do you really know where to put your fence?
You have to really consult your survey. And if you have hard stakes on either end of your property, that's a real good way to get it.
Okay, so if you know where the pins were when they did the original survey, that helps?
Yep, that helps.
Okay, so we identified a pin down there, and we have identified another pin across the street under a bush. Are you going to be able to use those to mark the fence line?
No, not really. We won't be able to see from one end to the other.
Okay.
So we're going to need to consult measurements on your survey.
Okay.
The best thing would be to get some additional stakes on your property line.
Okay, so call the survey guys and get them to put some more stakes. Okay, so once we know where the property line lays, should we put it right on that property line or move it over a little bit?
We always recommend staying a few inches in at least. This way you can account for some errors in the survey possibly, or fence
so 2 or 3
placement.
inches is a good way to go?
Yeah, at least 2 or 3, yes.
Okay, all right. Now in Mecklenburg County where we are, they have particular rules. Do those rules vary from county to county about pool fencing?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yeah, you really need to consult with each city and county before you start your project to find out what the requirements are.
Okay, and it's a good idea to get you guys in early as opposed to late, right?
Absolutely.
Because you and I met quite a while ago and talked about where we're going to use this fence and how we need to do it. Okay, so for here in my neighborhood, in this county, what kind of a fence do I have to have?
You can do most types of fence. For pools, we sort of recommend aluminum fences. They sort of blend in with your surroundings. They don't take up too much space.
Like a solid fence would be really obstructive looking.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So how tall does it have to be?
You have to start at 4 feet. You can go up from there depending on certain criteria you have to meet for each different height. So.
Okay, so are different designs of fences different too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4 feet is going to be your basic, and then from there, if you want to do some other sort of design, usually they go up in height from there.
Okay, because somebody told me too, like you can't put a brick wall up and then put a fence on the top of that because a kid could climb on the brick wall and over the top.
Yeah.
So you really do need to check those regulations.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is going to enclose the pool from a safety standpoint, and a gate across the front will have a latch on it. Do you guys put the latch on as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, the self-closing magnetic latch is what we use.
Okay, and can I lock that if I want to?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so because if I go on vacation, I'll lock the pool gate so I don't have to worry about it. From an aesthetic standpoint, I have another issue. Come on this way, okay? Okay, well, right over here, the pool equipment, I know that you have to have it, of course, to operate the pool, but because my lot's so narrow, this is the only place it could go.
Okay.
What can we do to kind of screen that away from the viewing area?
You can use some sort of privacy product. Since you have an aluminum fence, what we can do with that is we can put privacy material into that aluminum fence.
You mean like wood slats or something?
Yeah, wood slats. Yep, that's a great option.
Okay.
You can stain them to match some colors, and that'll block the view to a certain height. And since that's so short, it'll take care of that for you.
Okay. One of the questions that I have though is because we have a code issue, they told me, is that the cement decking is going to come all the way out to here, but this thing has to be accessible. So can we make one of the panels removable?
Yeah, we can do that. We can either make a hinged gate or a panel that you lift off of some pins.
Okay, so if they had to get in
way.
and work on this piece, they could do that?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then we'll just come right across here with another gate?
Yep.
And then down the side?
Yep. This way you totally enclose the pool area with a pool legal fence, and then this is sort of just a separate privacy piece. So.
Okay, super. I'm glad to get this little question answered because you can't start floating in that pool till you got a fence around
You
it.
have to have it all taken care of.
Thanks, Will. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Have you ever noticed how one project just automatically leads to another? Who would have thought a pool would have created gutter issues? Take a look. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Vicki, how are you?
Good. I see you've already spotted my problem here.
I did. Doesn't look like this downspout's going to work here anymore.
Yeah, because when you did this house, you know, this was working great because they went under the ground and went out into the yard. But now this is all going to be patios. So what can we do to get the water off this roof and not on the patio?
Well, we could do one of two things. We could have done an underground drain, but the edge of the pool is interfering with that. But what we need to do is we need to take it to the roof and let it drop from one roof to the next, and we'll eliminate this downspout.
All right, so this will go out, which is okay because I've got more of these tile, and when the guys are laying the tile on the pool deck out here, they can just repair it?
Correct.
All right, so are we going to have to add another downspout?
No, we have another downspout that's just around the corner, and I think it'll carry all the water just fine.
All right, I got a question though. This is going to be patched right up here?
No, I think we need to take the gutter down and rerun that piece of gutter.
Okay.
That way we don't have a hole there, and we're going to move that outlet for the water to come out further down so it drops onto the next roof line.
Okay, so it'll just be seamless here.
Correct.
Okay, well see, you always got a solution, so I got another problem for you. Come on this way.
Okay.
Okay, Ben, here's my other issue. I want a nice clean walkway down the side here, but then this guy.
Yeah, it's right in our face. I think the best idea, Vicki, is let's move it to the other end of the gutter.
Just as simple as that?
Well, kind of, sort of, simple as that. The gutter's really long. It's longer than our other piece. The whole reason that we're having to put another piece is because we didn't want to see a patch.
Yeah.
I think we can cut the short piece out of this long piece of gutter and run one new piece.
Okay, so we'll only have to use one new piece this whole long run
here. One new
here.
piece, and we won't have a patch on either one.
Okay, I'm going to have this taken out too.
Okay.
Because that kind of just sticks in your face as well. All right. So I like the fact that we're recycling it, and I can't wait for you guys to get it done. I know these guys are ready for you.
Excellent.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Vicki.
I said this was a learning experience for me. Well, one of the biggest lessons I learned is make sure that your pool budget includes landscaping dollars. Be prepared for your yard to be totally demolished. Okay, so David, I really like the plan as far as the layout that Justin came up with, but I thought it'd be really fun to be more adventurous this time.
Okay.
Because now I got a gardening buddy and he's willing to kind of, you know, get in there and mix it up a little bit. So here's what I was thinking. What do you think about bamboo?
Don't know a lot about it. but
Other
we
than
can-
it spreads really
yeah,
bad,
it
right?
spreads really quick and hard to get rid of.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking along the fence line might be a good place for us to put it because it would be retained on one side by the hardscape. And then the other side, I've been kind of researching on how to drive some steel in the ground and calm it down. But I think that would be a nice, it's an evergreen. And then around on the pool wall over there, I was thinking about doing some of those hydrangea trees I've been seeing. Are they pretty good out in the sun, like the limelights?
Yeah, those should do well.
Yeah, because give us, you know, break up this hardscape because everything's so hard edged with the pool.
Right.
To do that. Along the side of the garage, what kind of a recommendation would you have there?
Let's do Espalier apple trees.
The ones that are all trained that go out like that?
Yeah, I think, you know, with the limited space that you've got width-wise, I think it'll look nice.
Yeah, because that would be really pretty there, wouldn't it? Because
Yeah.
that's just a brick wall you see from the pool and make it more interesting.
Right, soften it a little bit.
Yeah. What are we going to do here on the side? We've got this gutter on the end. We just have the downspout move. We're going to get rid of the light, but it's still sticking right at you.
Well,
What
we've got a climbing hydrangea there that we can plant around the corner off of the concrete and climb that corner and soften it without, you know, bushing out into your walkway.
How long will it take that to grow? Is it a real slow grower?
It'll probably be pretty slow.
Yeah, so we'll get a pretty good size one, can we?
We'll see, we'll get as big as we can get.
Okay. Now, another concern that I have as I look at the plans here is you've designed around the maple. I know that we're not sure the maple's going to live because we did an awful lot of dirt moving around it. I'd like for us to just give it a couple of seasons, make sure it's, you know, try to save it.
We can do some things to help it along, especially with the heat of the summer and so forth.
Some like fertilizers or
Deep
something?
root fertilizing.
Yeah, because I would like to save it because it's the only tall tree we have since we had the other ones taken out for the pool.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so here's the deal. It's hotter than Hades, as you know. Hottest summer we ever had. You can't jump in my pool to cool off, and the plants can't jump in there. Is this a bad time for us to put plants in? We're in August.
Well, if you've got a deadline coming up, and you'd want to hit it, but otherwise, some of the other stuff that's not the general part of the yard can wait.
Okay, we can do it in the fall when it's a little cooler.
That'd be a better idea.
And probably the plant selection will be better then too, wouldn't it?
It will, and it'll be a little bit healthier.
Okay, so can you go ahead and get the sprinkling system back up? Because I've been hand watering now for almost 3 months because the system's shut off. Get the lights in, get the infrastructure, and then we'll just plant as we go.
Sure thing.
All right.
We can do it.
Can you meet my deadline?
We can.
All right, that's the thing I wanted to hear.
All right.
Now that the pool's completed, I think I better learn how to operate the pool. So I asked Jason from Hayward Pool Products to come back out here and give me a primer 101. Hey Jason, how you doing?
Great, how are you?
Good, I'm so glad to have you back out here because I can't wait to get in the pool and start playing with all this and really starting to enjoy it. I see that you have an iPad in your hand, so that tells me there's some smart technology going on here.
Absolutely, the Hayward OmniLogic automation system is the smartest technology you can have in your pool equipment. This right here is the app, which was designed to be really cool, but also very simple for you to use.
Okay, now can I do this on my phone as well?
It was designed to go on an iPad, an iPhone, or an Android, and you can even access the OmniLogic through a web portal as well.
Okay, well great. So let's go through some of the really basics. I'm seeing here 79 degrees. Is that the outdoor temperature, the water temperature? What is that?
This is actually showing you the water temperature, but right above it, you can see there's an air temperature, and it will also give you a forecast for your weather as well.
All right, I like that a lot. So what if I want to turn on the spa? What do I do?
It's very simple. There's an icon here that says spa. You're going to push it. You go over here to your spa and you turn it on by pushing the icon. It lights up and it's going to turn on the spa for you.
Ah, that is so cool. That's the first time we've had the spa, and so I'm excited to see that.
Perfect.
What about being able to do this remotely? let's say I'm out to dinner and I want to do this, I can change the water temperature and turn on the spa, all those things?
You can do it anywhere that you are that you have access to the internet. So if you're out at dinner and you want to turn your spa on and heat it up so when you get home it's ready for you, it's not a problem at all.
Okay, now let's talk about lights, because I saw when they were building they put in some great lights into the pool, and that really at a party can really set the ambiance to it. How many choices of lights colors do I have?
You can have 10 fixed colors, and then you're going to have 7 custom shows that are already made in there. And the lights are universal color logic lights, which are the brightest lights on the market, and they're low voltage, and they're going to save you a lot of money on your energy bill.
Because that's important, because people are always concerned with a pool that all of a sudden they're going to have sticker shock when the utilities come. So I like the fact that we're LED lights. Okay, so how many light choices do I have, did you say?
So if I go in here, I can actually show you, because it's such an easy menu to navigate. I'm going in my spa lights right now, and you can see I have 10 fixed colors.
Okay.
And the colors are on there for you to see, and then these are custom shows. All you have to do is push it, and it'll do a custom show for you.
Really? So if I don't want to have to go through and set everything myself, like I see you have a 4th of July there, I'm assuming that would be red, white, and blue lights, you know? Okay, so now let's say I want to do something custom. I always like to have a Cinco de Mayo party, so that would be like red and green. Do the pool lights operate individually from the spa lights?
They absolutely can. They can be together or individually.
Okay, how would I set that up?
It's very easy. Since we're in your spa, I'm just going to turn your color on red for your spa. Then I'm going to go back to your pool here. And I'm going to go to your pool lights. I have the same exact menu, and I'm going to turn that on green.
Okay.
And since we're in a party right now, and we have a water feature, let's turn on your fountains as well.
Okay.
And then your fountains will come on. So this is a great example of a theme where we have multiple things coming on with one button. So all we have to do is save it by pushing the plus here, and we can name it Cinco de Mayo, attach an icon, and as soon as you check mark, it's going to move that to the front screen. So all you have to do is tap it once, and then you're at your Cinco de Mayo party.
So every year I don't have to remember the settings. I can just come in as I'm running around getting the last minute things done, hit the button, and boom, instant party.
Absolutely.
And how many of those can I set in here?
You can do 25 of those.
Woo, that's enough parties for me, okay?
Yeah.
It's one every other week. All right, so you can control everything about this pool from this pad or your phone, and can you also do it from inside your house as well?
Absolutely. Anywhere that you can have internet access, whether it's through a phone network or the Wi-Fi, you can access your pool.
And the learning curve, you say, is not very big?
I don't think so. I think you could learn this entire system in less than a day.
You know what? I love your way of thinking so much, and this is so great. I can't wait to see it at night with all the colors and the spa going. It's pretty exciting stuff.
I'm excited also.
One of the great things about having a pool in the South is if it's heated, you can use it pretty much the year around. Another thing that can extend the amount of time you can spend outside is a fire pit or a fireplace. Now this is what they call a fire table, and I went with this style versus a fireplace because I just think they're more social. You can pull as many chairs as you want up around the edges of it and people can talk. Now this particular fire table is made out of a really durable, lightweight, glass fiber reinforced concrete, and it comes in a variety of colors and shapes and finishes. You can get them where they are operated with natural gas or propane. You can also get them outfitted so that they have logs in them, so it's more like a campfire setting, or glass nuggets for a more contemporary look. I chose the lava rocks. So when you're thinking about ways to extend your outdoor living time, think about adding fire to your space. Do you want to know more about the projects today or our guests? Visit us on the web. You're going to find great behind-the-scenes shots, streaming video, project ideas. We even have an e-newsletter with tips and ideas. It's foryourhome.com. Summer's almost over, but it doesn't bother me in the least because I have a heater on my pool and a fire pit to keep me warm. Join me next time right here on For Your Home, and I'll have another wonderful project that you're going to want to do for your home. I said that this was, ready? A fireplace. Now I chose to go with a fire pit.
Let's restart. We had a little surprise guest.
Hey, Michael, come on in.